All right, everyone, it's Andreas Hale with Fighting Words, and I'm here with the champ. I'm still going to call you the champ. You're still the featherweight champion of the world.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes, Amanda Nunes, who fights Julianna Peña this weekend. Amanda, as we approach fight week, I know like you've done a ton of interviews and everybody's talked about things like the hunger is gone or the injuries or, like, was it just a really bad night? When you look back on it, was it really the hunger or was it really the lingering injuries that were a bigger issue heading into that first fight?
Yeah, definitely. It's not to do about not be anymore excited to fight. Actually, definitely was the injury, and going through COVID is a little bit like a pain in the ass because you don't know how you're gonna feel after, And our first fight that fell through, I got COVID, and right after I have to jump in the camp, because they set up another day. And going through, it started I still recovering, my lungs and everything, still slowly get everything out of my system. And at the same time, I was prepared for a championship fight, And along the way, I hurt my knees. Actually, I always have both knees pretty bad hurting me, and I was in and out from the doctor office to try to really get this thing going, to be able to at least training, not go hard, but at least be able to move on in my camp for our last fight. And sometimes mistakes that we pay for, if we listen our body or make it different decisions, things would be way different. But for some reason, I supposed to go through that day, and it is what it is. Now I'm here to get my belt back.
Let me ask you, because COVID is serious, and a lot of people don't know. It's when you deal with COVID, you don't know how your body is going to respond.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And you go through, and if you look back at the first fight, I know you watched it so many times. It looked like you were tired in a way that was between not being maybe you couldn't do a lot of cardio and trying to get your lungs back. Was that a thing that's I don't know how to deal with this because I've never dealt with something like this before?
Yeah, I was in couple moments, I was what is going on? Geez, I was in and out of those little bit weird moments, and try to really catch my breath, and I was have a hard time, and I also didn't always be able to push so much in camp either. Honestly, it was a combination with a lot of things that's really went wrong in that day, because I lost before, and I also went to five rounds, with all the dangerous opponents as well. I know how to be there. For 7 years I've been doing this. I've been staying the top for so long. But obviously that night something was very wrong, So, but, it is what it is. I feel now is over, I already passed. I always be able to really get my full camp that I like it, that it make me excited and happy. And I can't wait for Saturday.
Do you think Julianna knows that she didn't get the best version of you that night? Because she said a lot of things. Oh, she wasn't prepared. But you think in the back of her mind, she knows that this wasn't the best version of Amanda that I fought that night.
Yeah, she know, and I even know as well that she knew I was injured. You know what I mean? I was going through have tough days in the gym, really. That I could easily be able to not fight that day, but I don't want to let that fight fell through. But she know for sure. She definitely know, and I know too though what is she capable of. I know she's a tough opponent. I know, but I'm ready for her, and I fight opponents that's a very similar style than her, and even better than her, and and I won, and I train perfectly to beat all those opponents. So I just have I for Julianna, I just gotta need a full camp, training for her properly way, and I did it this time.
You seem like you're really excited for this fight. Like
And
this feels a lot different. You've gone into a lot of fights. We've seen you excited for fights, but it feels like this fight is like you know something that everybody else doesn't know heading into this fight. Like it feels like this is one of the best versions of yourself heading into the octagon for a long time.
definitely, I feel the challenge. This is what I like to feel. After all those years, beat all those girls, clean the division, become a double champion, all those things. The challenge went away. Kind of like the girls. I don't want to say easy, but like I was so like I kind of like needed the challenge back. You know what I mean? And this is the challenge that I was needed, and this is the fight. This is the weekend to really bring all those moments that I remember. Fight like dangerous opponents, and that's really giving me the threat. And this is the moment that I shine. When I've been trapped, when like I feel like I'm in danger. So that's the fight. I know Julianna is very confident. I know she's gonna bring it, and that's making me excited.
Let me ask you this, because heading into that fight, there was some other things going on. I mean, obviously, Kayla Harrison was cage side that night. I know you didn't want to pull out of that fight because, there's always a lingering thing, like there could be an interim champion or something like that. Did you feel any pressure heading into that first fight with all those things going on?
No, actually, like my life is always like that. Pressure all the time, and like fighting tough opponents, and people talk shit about me. So I always have those things, what I mean? I always have to going through those moments. Talking about like I even go back and then like imagining that she's back thing, you know what I mean? So imagining how pressure was for me do with the cyborg fight. She was like such a strong like fighter that's you're gonna fight cyborg, like she never lost before, all those things. So there's a lot of things going on in all those fights. That's my last one was completely different. You know what I mean? My last one, I'm really like, was ready for. My body, and the only thing that I was be able to do was eat healthy, because I knew the fight week I not be able to run, and I know I have to lose weight. So right. I gotta like at least eat healthy and get in my body like at least like easy to be an easy card for me, because I don't be able to do that much. So Kayla being there or whatever happens having nothing to do with my loss. There was things that was with me, with my decisions, to step in the cage that night.
Your daughter's about to turn 2 this year, and what is it that you want her to know about you as a fighter? Because it feels like this very moment is such a defining moment of your career. Everybody's already called you the GOAT, and it feels like nothing changes if you win this fight. You're still the GOAT. But to your daughter, what do you want to be to her in this very moment?
What I think for her is like having a lot of memories. I feel like when she be able to realize it, who I am, what I do exactly, how big UFC is, the women's MMA is. I remember I like she heavy memories that he with me, you know what I mean? That I show her, and I think she's gonna love him, I think she's gonna be like so excited to really at least maybe one day see her. When she's big, she'll be able to see we fight maybe, I'm looking forward to fighting 40,
right.
Until I'm 40. So I feel like she's gonna be maybe a teenager by then, and she'll be able to at least watch one, like knowing what is going on, and be able to have all this memory for her. and she's gonna see everything that I did in this sport. I feel like she's gonna be very proud, even happy to be able to be a part in the couple moments.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Amanda, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Good luck this weekend, GOAT. We're still going to call you the GOAT because that's who you are.
Thank you.
I hope we get to speak again after this fight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you soon.